Comrades, welcome back to Realpolitiks. I am Admiral Andre, and this is the USA under Donald Trump, at least for now. I think, would that be January 2025, that the end of the second term would happen? So we have a few more years of mischief to get up to here. So believe me, I'm a stable genius. This will all work out. Well, we can hope anyway. So let's have a look here. Yes, there were some great comments from our comrades on the last episode, and one of them was under the options in the UN. There's actually this attack approval one, and obviously I didn't see that one. So comrades, I am grateful always for your advice and your input. So I think, yes, we still have to wait a long time actually before we can implement this, but that's fine. It gives us time to take care of some of our fundamentals, which are quite skewed here. So far, it's not really been going well in terms of money. But let's have a look now. What's happening here? Money. Does this now mean we're actually getting a surplus? Is that possible? Well, it would seem like it. I'm doubtful. Let's see. Let's see what happens when we actually run the clock. It could be that we're in quite an upswing here. But yes, so let's move on. Also, I realized in the last episode when I was doing the editing, I left the research queues empty for, again, too long. There were things that I could have researched for free. So that's another point I'm trying to keep a handle on there. There's some unhappiness in Green Bay. Now, where is Green Bay on this earth? And why is there unhappiness there? Very odd. Oh well, it's somewhere around. Someone can point it out to me, perhaps. Strange, Green Bay. Oh, it's up here. Okay, well, hope that unhappiness gets sorted out soon. Now, actually, let's pause. Let's look at our block again. Where is that? Here. So right now, of course, only Israel is in the bloc, and this is very important. This is something that I'm learning to appreciate now based on the Turkish campaign. This number that we have to maintain the relations at in order to not risk the bloc breaking up. So you can see right now we are very far from that number, so everything is great. But the more members we add, the more this number will increase, the minimum that we must have in order to maintain a solid bloc. But I think with one more it should be no problem, and of course I must, in my view anyway, I must have Palestine in this bloc in order to secure its independence. Now, Trump would never do that, of course, but this is a requirement of the mission, and this is my way of interpreting that requirement. Now, unfortunately, they are extremely unwilling to join this bloc for obvious reasons, because we've already shown our allegiance to Israel. But I think I'll still try it. We'll just have to wait a few more days before we can improve relations, because I can't help them. I mean, this is now Obama's fault again that we have such a low HDI. Influence, Syria has no idea what hit them. So let's see, what was the fruit of that effort? I guess it reduced their authoritarianism? Maybe, I can't remember what this figure was before, so that's now a bit of a problem. Oh well, we were successful in our spy effort. You know this, again, if you're a Trump supporter, I don't mean to disparage you, but in my view, in my interpretation, this would be typical Trump. I've already forgotten what this whole thing was about. So, yes, but at least I'm not the real president. Let's see, what's this new proposition? Canada proposed a new resolution for the United Nations Security Council. Members are voting on the Self-Determination Act. So let's have a look. Of course, those Canadians are always up to, their schemes against the glorious US. So let's make sure it's not hurting our interests. Increase global unhappiness for provinces with foreign cultures or civilizations. So this is basically making it more difficult to take over other places because you'll have more unrest. I'm not sure how this will affect us. It won't in the short term, but if we do want to take over this land, which I'm starting to think is my preferred strategy, I mean, there's the oil, so let's take it, I guess. So, yes, but that's anyway in the future. And even now, as we are against it here, it is still going to pass, and we can't lobby anyone because we are not the proposer. So I'll approve this. It doesn't really matter. So yes, at least I'm not, that's the thing now with the Syria influence. I'm not sure what the actual result of that was now, but oh well, maybe they'll start to come slowly to democracy. Otherwise democracy will come to them, as we said before. Then we're going to get some economy modernization. Oh yes, this is of course positive, and it seems to be, I can't tell now what it was a few minutes ago, but it seems that we're staying generally in the positive now, which is quite surprising to me. Well, you see, no, it's not a surprise. Let's be real. I'm a stable genius. I've managed to fix Obama's mistakes here, and now our economy is growing again, and we're getting money. So, of course I did it. I did it all by myself. So, yes, let's play the part, eh? Economy modernization 1, and that gives us a bit more money. So now we have a bit more freedom of our options there. Let's see, is there anything we need to do here? Full-scale immigration, oh, you can forget about it. Fight unemployment. Actually, I need to have a look at these things. Where's the unemployment? It is 4.86%, which is actually not a bad number, I would say. But we could probably bring this down a little bit. Now, what will it take to implement that project or ad hoc project? No, this one. So 399. So strangely enough, or not strangely, because I'm a genius, we can actually afford this. So let's do this for a little while and just bring that unemployment down more, because then we have more taxpayers. So we'll do that. I guess that makes sense, but it doesn't have to make sense for everybody else, just for me, because I'm a genius. I hope he doesn't think like that in real life. Anyway, let's have a look. Is there anything happening in the rest of the world that we can actually benefit from? Uh-oh, separatism level? Surely not. Wait a minute, where do we have separatism? Oh, Puerto Rico. Typical Trump. I've totally forgotten about it as well. Not good, comrades. Calm down. Let's actually have a look at Puerto Rico here. So what can we do with this? Can we actually release this province? This is now just a hypothetical question. I think this is maybe one of the things the new patches will sort of address in the future, that it has more options in terms of dealing with various territories. I don't think we can release them. Not that we would want to. I mean, they are American citizens and all that. So let's just calm them down. Let's get some pro-Trump people in there. We get a renter crowd and we show them we have the biggest supporters, the biggest crowds of support in Puerto Rico ever. My numbers will be better than Obama's. Paraguay, etc., etc. Actually, I'm just remembering we better improve relations with Palestine. I'm wondering if it's going to be possible. Oh well. We'll just have to make sure they stay independent, but I don't think that will really be too much of a challenge. Although if Israel does start something, we'll have to put a stop to that, which might be difficult because they are in our bloc. This thing is still going through. Okay, so we have the unemployment measure. You see, I'm such a great businessman that I have all the answers when it comes to fighting unemployment. Just look at that. Let's have a look. You see how it's going down now? You see, because they're bringing the jobs back to America. So now they're employing our people. Now, let's see, what else is there? There's nothing here I want to do. Uniques, we can actually do the intercontinental transportation web and the orbital station. Now, I do have something of a penchant for space, and obviously from my Kerbal series as well. I really do like space. I also do research on it in real life. Self-sufficient space station for a permanent crew of 6, which happens to be the exact number of the International Space Station's crew. Now, the money we can, again, not unsurprisingly, we can afford it because of my great business skills, and this will give us a permanent boost to our relations with the rest of the world. And personally, I like this idea. So what year is it now? It was 2021. Now I think the ISS is going to run until 2025. There's been talk that Trump wants it to be privatized or handed over to private companies after that date, which will be a problem because it's a collaborative effort between various countries like the EU, which is of course not a country but a region, and Japan and the Russians and so on. So he'll obviously just have influence over the American part. But now let's pretend we are abandoning the International Space Station as a project and we are going to build an American station. America first. America first. You know, that fits perfectly with the Trump mantra. So we are building a space station. Of course, that's very expensive. We'll call it the Freedom Station or something like that. Something suitably patriotic. And the Palestinians don't want to hear anything about it. Obviously, they are not Trump fans, and now they don't want to build a closer relationship. But that's unfortunate. It's their loss, of course, but I still have to maintain their independence. So Mashriq is the next thing, and when I can, I'm going to get an attack approval on them. The world is going to hate me because I want to take the place over, honestly. I want the oil. There's oil here. That's, you know, our automobiles need the oil. So Syria has joined the bloc of Turkey. Now that doesn't really affect us because I'm not going after them. Guatemala, Bhutan, Luxembourg. Sad with the Palestinians. Mexico spying on us. Now, hold on. Just stop here. What was I saying now, again, as Trump? These are bad hombres. And now look at this. Mexican agents were spying on us. Can you believe this nonsense? No, we're gonna do something about this. Definitely, comrades. This cannot go unpunished. What can I do against them? They are in our stock exchange, so we are fleecing them for money here. This is really nice too. It's helping us a lot. But now, let's think about this. Trump would not want to take over Mexico because you're obviously getting the Mexicans to then join the country, which is what he does not want. What he would want is to basically puppet Mexico or even split it up or do something like that. I'm not sure. Is it worth going to war against Mexico now? Probably. It's a sad commentary on the state of affairs, comrades, but it seems that would be the relatively appropriate step. Now, they don't have they do have a bloc. Oh well, so do we. Mexico. So it's Guatemala and Belize, which I'm sure Trump doesn't really know exists, but anyway. So let's have a look at their military, just as a, an exercise in interest, for interest's sake. So 16, 12 and 11, and we have 3, oh come on, they can't compete. Let's look at the numbers, 11, 5 and 4, 8, 3 and 2. Now they're no match, obviously. I mean, this is America, what are you talking about? But now what can I do here? Can I change government or something? But now again I'll have to get approval. This is sidetracking us now a little bit, but how does this work? Let's figure it out. Universal attack permission against one country. So 500 and 100 propose. But now which country does it? It gives us the choice. Take Mexico. We still have lots of time against Mashriq. And the more land they take over, the more we can take from them. So Mexico has to be chastised. Confirm. Everyone is against it. That's so funny. Maybe we can convince a few people to see the light. So this will cost 2,700. This is a waste of our money. I would never do this normally, but you know, it's part of the experience. So I'm calling them on the phone. So China now thinks it's a good idea, or at least more of a good idea. And that's it. The rest didn't want to see the light. And it's not enough for China to support it. But you know, this will send a clear and strong message. I'm sure, what's that woman's name that's the spokesperson for the White House? Sarah something, Sanders or something. She will spin it into a positive thing. She'll say, no, this sends a clear message to Mexico and so on and so on. She can think up whatever she likes. So, what the heck is happening? Is this now again in the Indian and Pakistan conflict? Nuclear civil attack by Pakistan. You know, this is a problem. That cost 9,288 people their lives. Now, of course, this is again not an actual 9,000. We'll have to look at this as a proportion of the total population of India. So that's 9,288. And the total is, so it's 106. So how much is that? 10% or so of the population? Now, I mean, in real life, this is a war crime of unfathomable scale. And I think even in this case, is it possible to... Oh man, I'm flipping around so much. I really do feel like Trump. But it's like, no, I want to cancel this and instead get attack approval against Pakistan. But I guess we can't actually cancel this. Oh well, it's fine. New propositions are blocked because the term of the council is coming to an end soon. At any rate, then this will fail. I'll still lobby because this is what we said we would do, but then I'm turning it against Pakistan. I can't let you kill 10% of India's population, which would at this point be what, 1.3 billion? So 130 million people just died? Are you kidding me? And I'm gonna sit by and do nothing? Of course not. New business initiative. Oh yes, now you're talking my language as Trump. In the spirit of our project to fight unemployment, yes, America first. Perhaps we should help promote small businesses. This should give us a little boost. Of course we will. It costs a bit of money, which again, by my great skill, we actually have some money. And action points, but it will also increase the employment of our people. So do that. We're building our Freedom Station in orbit, so it's going to be the best space station, better than the ISS, of course. And Iraq is almost non-existent. Now this is a big problem because even the environmental damage is affecting us now. So no. We're going after Pakistan. North Korea left the bloc of China. There's another target for us to go after. But no, Pakistan has to come first. Canadian agents? Are you joking? Seriously? What is happening here? Just stop for a moment. But at least you see, would this now be the FBI? Because this is an internal matter, because their agents were inside the US. But it shows the FBI has managed to catch them. So our FBI is superior to anything the Canadians can throw at us. Let's have a look at our relations. It's still good with Canada. See Trudeau again. You see what he's doing. Let's try and improve our relationship a little bit. Now, the Mexicans I don't care about. Their agents are never gonna succeed against us. Let's be real. So yes, there again, if you are a Mexican agent watching this, do bear in mind, I do not doubt your ability. It's just a, well, it's par for the course here. North Korea, that we've seen. Let's just fix the stock exchange. Improve, there we go. You see an improvement in maple syrup imports, and then suddenly they're happy again. Let's add them to the bloc. Maybe that's a good thing. I think it will benefit us. There we go. Problem solved. I just put some money in some important politicians' hands, and there we go. I'm the king of the deal. Let's hope. What's going on? Riots in Kazakhstan. No, I doubt if Trump knows where that is. Now, can I not help India somehow? Let's try and send the CIA after the Pakistani military or something. This would again be quite fitting, because lately there's been a bit of a breakdown with the relations between the US and Pakistan, where the US doesn't want to give money to support Pakistan anymore. So let's do something. First of all, let's do nuclear sabotage, because I can't let them use those weapons again. So this gives them a less of a chance of success and also less warheads. So do that. CIA, go. Do your thing. Kazakhstan is authoritarian, but now again, I don't know what the rebels would be, what they're about, so I'm a bit reluctant to support them. There again, Trump would probably just let them slug it out. It's too busy golfing. Costa Rica joined the bloc of Mexico, so they are shoring up their bloc. They feel threatened, obviously. They have decided it will not be introduced. But you know, this is the other side of it. But I'm not going to go after Mexico now. We have bigger fish to fry. But, you know, the US has shown, like in 2001, you know, after the attacks, that it can and will go without UN approval, like in Iraq, for example. So, yes, we can ignore that. But unfortunately, the game mechanic doesn't allow that, it seems. Now, can I do? No, 11 days, then there's another shift or shuffle happening here. India is there, but not Pakistan, so I think we will automatically have India's support to go after Pakistan. Good, okay, so new members. South Korea, Italy, Canada, and so on. Our position is always number one, of course. Let's try another attack approval. Yes, and we say Pakistan. Again, not even India supports that. Is this right, comrades? I'm wondering about this. Universal attack permission against one country. Target Pakistan. India is literally at war with Pakistan. But you see, they hate me. Relations with the proposer. Relations with the target is higher than it is with me. You see, comrades, everyone is anti-American these days. Why on earth would you have higher relations with a country that just nuked 1/10 of your population than you do with a country that's trying to now put an end to that? Oh, so many ungrateful countries, comrades. But you know, sometimes people don't know what's best for them. So we're gonna try and change their minds. France likes the idea, Canada of course, they do whatever we say, and Japan. Canada has switched over, so we just have to keep doing that. I now need to remember this the whole time. Let's see if we can convince more countries to join. Stop. Israel wants something. We would like to work together on a nuclear strategy. We're sure we can both work something out. Of course we can. It gives us a better chance of a successful nuclear attack. Now I'm wondering, does this mean Israel is actually planning something? Well, I don't care. We'll do it even if it costs more debt. There's the loan. Yes, pass it on to future generations. Infrastructure, fantastic. What's this? Support a peaceful revolution in Kosovo. Free from government oppression. Help us bring democracy. Yes, of course I will. Let the American taxpayers pay for that. Will help. Seems like a worthy cause. Now, what do I do now? Or do I just let it be what it is? Oh, okay, I see the authoritarianism is coming down. Okay, well, you see, comrades, we're a force for good in the world. Now, what do I need to do? Okay, I can't lobby yet. So we have to pick another project. Now, I was also thinking about this thing in terms of investing so much money into upgrading the industry in the west and east coasts, but the real thing is maybe this is also something that the developers could consider in the future, because really it doesn't matter where I do it. I could do it anywhere, in Texas or the south or anywhere, because if we have a look at this, let's just look. Now it is available. It gives us 100 extra GDP. Now that's a flat rate anywhere. It doesn't care how well or how poorly developed the territory is already. Which I'm wondering, maybe it would be a nice mechanic. It's almost like a Europa Universalis 4, where surely it gets more expensive to develop higher developed areas. But anyway, that's just my thoughts there. But now the other thing is, it's really too expensive. If we can just pay off little bits of our debt, we can actually end up with more money. So I'm not sure if it's worth paying 20,000. Only if we have it, but now at least we're getting a positive flow there. So let's see, what else can I research? The transport web is too expensive now. Green technologies, what are you talking about? I still want to get rid of this free weekends. People must work 3 or 4 jobs on minimum wage. Not really, of course. Introduction of lawfully enforced free work days. Because I guess now Trump is like, who's gonna make my Big Macs or cheeseburgers if there's free weekends? Interventionism will then drop, there will be unhappiness, and there'll be a slight bit of unemployment growth. But we are battling that. So I'm going to deactivate this. There we go. No free weekends, no maternity leave, no labor laws. Well, other than the basics, I guess. We can even get rid of that. We're pro big business. I don't care about the little guy. Gee, it must be horrible if you really like that. I hope Trump doesn't really think that. Improve prestige and the perception of our state financial entities around the world. Yes, we're gonna do that. I want to be prestigious. Moldova left the bloc of the Russians. Now come on, let's lobby. Let's lobby. Still have to wait a month. We still have quite a while. We can lobby a few times. There's again unhappiness in Puerto Rico. You see how ungrateful they are. Come on, come on. What's happening with our nuclear sabotage? The war isn't really going anywhere. That's why I think Pakistan is probably tempted to use nukes again. Can we not improve also relations with India? How come they hate us like that? Oh, separatism in Puerto Rico again. Good grief. I have to keep giving out charity the whole time. Come on, come on. Improved relations will be done soon. And then we need to lobby. So I didn't even look if we had the money. Which again I would think is close to real life there. France likes the idea now. India has now started to see the light, and so has Russia. But is it enough? No, it's not. So we're gonna have to try again. But there's so little time left though. Oh, good grief. There, India has now switched over. Okay, so it is also just a factor of how much they like you. Now, how much more do we need to do? I want to get the UK over. Germany and Japan. They shouldn't hate us too much already, but then again, they are also anti-American. Let's try it. It's luckily not too expensive, and maybe we can make this thing work, which should be exciting. Just pay it. And Japan. And China. No, we don't want them. Let's think, who else can we get? South Korea. Oh yes. Are they actually in China's bloc? Good grief, what a change from the north to the south. Try and improve relations nonetheless. My alarm is going off here. The more the merrier. Ah, great. So we have so many great patriots now. What's this in Burma? We're willing to slightly loosen up our policies and with your help make them more fitting for today's world. So money, no, I don't want to give them money. I want them to give me money. No, maybe some other time. Don't think Trump would care. Nuclear sabotage was... Yeah, you see the CIA is fantastic there. So they did their work. Now they want us to repay our debts. You realize that's sort of impossible in the span of 10 years. So we're never gonna get that. Let's just see if our diplomatic efforts pay off. This thing is not gonna last long though. Come on, should all be done. Let's see. Germany, failure with France, failure with the UK, success with Japan and failure with South Korea. Unfortunately it wasn't enough to sway anyone, but maybe it will make it easier if I lobby again. 20 days, we'll do that and then I'll stop off here, comrades. What a whirlwind. Tajikistan joined the bloc of India, and what happened? Riots in Pakistan. Oh yes, we're gonna support this. We're gonna get in bed with them, proverbially speaking. So maybe I'll actually stop here, comrades. We're gonna do that. We want to bring peace and freedom to Pakistan and stop them from using their crazy weapons of mass destruction again. And then we will go after Mashriq. We still have plenty of time for that. So I hope you're enjoying this series. It's a bit of a change from the usual, but at any rate, see you next time, comrades. Have a fantastic day.